friends and family. Welcome back to episode 2 of Sweet Talk. Today's episode is all about being seen, celebrated, and being the most beautiful version of yourself. With that being said, I am here with somebody who helps capture that. Her name is Yoli a photographer and just an overall good time. And not only is she a photographer, she's just a great person, and she doesn't help capture people with her camera, but with her massive heart. So without further ado, say hi.
Hi.
Tell everybody about yourself.
Well, I'm a native. I grew up in this area, actually. Are we talking about that? I'm sorry.
We can talk about that.
Okay, cool. So I grew up in this area. And I'm keeping
this in, so you might just, I'm not cutting this out. Where'd you grow up? What city?
Wilmington. I grew up in Wilmington till the age of 15, then we moved out to Paris. And actually the whole photography thing started ever since I was a little kid. Just getting handed the camera and go run wild where there's a party, and there I am with the camera. It's been something that's been with me the whole time. I don't know, maybe 7 years old. It's just something that immediately I took to.
What draws you to photography? What, like taking pictures of people?
I think that, first of all, I love people. I'm fascinated by people. The way people act is natural. The way people just are. Even the things that are considered a flaw, I feel like it just makes people who they are. It's what makes you unique. And I love to be able to show somebody through my perspective what they look like what makes them charming, what makes them interesting, what makes them magical, because we never get to see ourselves that way. We always see what we want to see in the way we position ourselves to make ourselves appealing to us. But we never see ourselves engaging and really just existing in what makes us really beautiful and what draws people into us. And that's what I feel is the best part. And it isn't where I started. It isn't why I started, but it's definitely where I'm at right now.
I love that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a small little break, and I'm going to show everybody some of your work. And then we're going to come back, and we're going to just hop right back into it. Yoli. Now, there was something you said in your introduction that really stood out to me. You said capturing people's flaws. We all have flaws, right? But those flaws are what makes us beautiful. How do you help get people over some of those perceived flaws in your photography?
They need to stop thinking about it. When you're not thinking about them and you're not aware of them, like we are on a regular basis, just when we're going from A to B, moving around, we're not thinking about those things, we're just existing. So when we're having, a photo shoot or whatever, just having them engaging with me, getting them out of their head and getting them just to forget that the camera's really there, because the camera's, kind of invasive. Everybody kind of freezes up when the camera comes out. All of a sudden you forget who you are.
Oh yeah, you did it while we were filming.
Yeah, I did that myself. I was just like, oh, because it is, suddenly you're aware of everything that you do. So I completely get it. I'm empathizing with my clients and with my models on the fact that it is a very vulnerable position to be in. So I try to make them as comfortable as possible. I start just talking and engaging, and we're laughing. So just getting them out of their head and into just being present in the moment. That way the smiles are real, the moments are real, everything is real. Even though we're posing and we're creating like images and shapes and things that are visually appealing, the energy that is in the pictures is real. And I think that's the part that makes everything more appealing, because even when I show it back to my clients, they're often surprised that that's them. Like I hear it all the time. That's me. I'm like, and that for me is just like, yes, that's when like we're really the party's getting started at that point, because suddenly there's trust. Because a lot of times have never seen themselves look that way. They've never seen themselves like fully just laughing, because it's always like, I gotta look perfect in front of the camera, but you're still perfect. It's just not in a way that you've seen yourself before.
So have you ever heard of that one book? I say one book like nobody knows it, or like it's not a popular book, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
I think I've heard it mentioned, but I haven't read it.
So I recommend everybody read this book. It's a great book, right? But they said one of the ways to get people to come back to you is to help create a positive memory, give people a good experience. Mm-hmm. Whenever I'm at my job, I try to create an experience for my guest because they're coming to me, so I owe it to them to give them as best service as possible. So let's put that back on you.
Oh.
What are some of the things you do? You said you're making people feel comfortable. Mm-hmm. You're helping people laugh. But how?
First, let me address the whole experience topic. In my opinion, you can get great pictures just about anywhere. But for me, it is such a responsibility that my clients, when they look at their wall, when they look at, with the pictures that they've had, that they look at them and they wholeheartedly love their pictures. Like, not just the way, what was produced and that just the image is pretty, but that they remember the day, that they remember the experience, that there's all good feelings that come when looking at those pictures. Not like, oh, this photographer was weird, or, I got no direction, it was so uncomfortable or awkward, whatever. I do my absolute best to make sure that the entire experience is great. Like, if I gotta, wrangle up children, then I'm wrangling up children. Because sometimes, part of winning over a client or a person, just a person in general, think about it. If you're bringing your kids, how people treat your kids is a big deal. And it's kind of like a win-win situation, because if I win over those kids, like, now they're on my team, right? We're right here, these kids and I. But on top of that, the client is happy that their kids are now having a good time. They sometimes are like, you're not leaving with us, and I'm just like, we did this. We got this down, because the kids are on board now. But remind me of the question. What do I do?
What do you do to help people? I mean, like you said, you can get good pictures anywhere, right? Mm-hmm. But there has to be a certain level of trust.
Absolutely.
So, but you have to make people feel comfortable. As you touched on earlier, people have their perceived flaws. Everybody's beautiful, but some people just don't see it.
Right.
So you're not just taking pictures. You're helping people come out of their shell, but that takes a little coaxing sometimes.
A lot.
You have to make people feel comfortable. You have to make people feel like they want to be seen at this point. So what are some of the things you do? Like me, for example, one of the ways I try to get people to open up is I'll crack a joke. Or I'll try to make somebody laugh. Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I'm definitely not cracking jokes per se, but I'm being engaging with them. I'm listening to what they have to say. I'm bringing in a lot of energy. Like, I'm coming in at 100%. If there's energy, I know what's going on. I also set them up in advance to plan their day so they're not hectic before they're coming in. Like, everything is as organized as possible so that they're not coming in like, oh my God, this day has been terrible, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm trying to prep them in advance. If it's going to be a long day, bring snacks. Like, I don't want people falling apart on me. Bring water. Like, they feel like they've been taken care of even leading up to it. But in the time, we're joking, we're playing. It's because primarily my clients are women. It's a lot of almost a girl's day. Like, they're gonna be my muse. I'm hyping them up. I'm protecting their heart in a sense, because it is very vulnerable to pose and take your picture. I mean, we're not, people are not models, so this is not comfortable. And I think about of all of us as little girls thinking we're going to be a movie star, we're going to be an actress or whatever, and I try to pull into that idea of, like, we all want to shine in some way, even if it's not necessarily a spotlight. We still want to shine, and we're here to do that. So I'm kind of pulling the envelope, and I warn them in advance, like, we're going to do stuff that's going to be uncomfortable, but you got to trust me. And I'm giving them feedback. So a lot of times they might not understand what the direction is, but I'll, like, this is where we're going. Like, look, this is how this looks. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, I get it. All right, like, here we are, we're turning into a team because they see the vision and we have a goal. So now things kind of start aligning in the first like 15-20 minutes, and before you know it, it's like we're moving through this. They're making suggestions sometimes. Like the wheels start turning and the trust starts building, because like I said, once I turn that camera around and they're like, "Is that me?" We're dialed in. Like we're flowing now. Because they also know if a pose doesn't work, I'll be the first to be like, you know what, we're trashing that. Let's just keep this moving. Because I'm not gonna blow smoke up, up
So
their.
you're being honest. Too.
I am very honest with them. Like this doesn't work, we can move. Like we don't have to sit here and force something. It isn't for everybody. So we keep things moving and we try stuff. We're using the word try, because not everything is gonna be a success. So we go down the list, we, make things happen, and some of them are just gonna be like, you know what, that one didn't work. Keep it moving. And we're not gonna take ourselves so seriously.
Okay, I respect that. So here's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna take another little small break, and we're gonna show some of the behind the scenes clips of you working with people.
Okay.
And then when we get back here, we're gonna talk a little bit more.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be right back with you.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. On a Sunday afternoon, I've got the best part of the day up my sleeve.
That's a little bit about what Yoli does behind the scenes, how she gets people comfortable, and just, her overall presence, which is very fun and calming. But I've been keeping a mental note of things you've been saying, right? And you said something that was really interesting to me. You said your clients are mostly women.
Yes.
Now, it takes a lot for a woman to be this comfortable within her body, within herself. I would think. I don't know, obviously. But if I had to guess, you're helping women, I would say, feel empowered, feel happy in their own skin, in their own body. And the way social media and society is going, that's hard. It's sad, but it's a sad truth, because we look on Instagram, we look on all these sites, and we see, why don't I look like her? Why don't I look like her? But at the end of the day, I would think that you're doing a service to people by helping them realize, hey, you don't have to look like X, Y, and Z, but you're still beautiful. You're actually, if we're gonna be real about it, you're more beautiful than you give yourself credit for.
Absolutely.
Knowing that, and I would think there's a little bit of instant gratification in that, because like you said, you turn the camera around, you're like, oh my God, that's me. You get that instant, you're like, yeah.
It gives me goosebumps.
That was my question, how does that make you feel? But not just like the physical reaction, like the emotional reaction, to know that you're helping people not only be seen, but want to be seen.
The experience of giving somebody that moment of seeing themselves, these pictures that I'm like, when I'm turning the camera around, it is an unedited photo. There is nothing done to it, and for them to look at it and see themselves for the first time, look sexy, look beautiful, look captivating, or just in a light that they've never seen themselves, is so rewarding, just fulfilling in a way that I don't even know that I can really describe it. But oftentimes, and actually every time, I get chills. It is my whole body just feels just so full, and there are tears, trust me. There are tears at many photo shoots, because especially like the boudoir stuff, or like the beach stuff, or stuff where really people are going out of their comfort zone, that they're just like, I have one particular client that comes to mind. She has, I think it's called Bell's palsy in half of her face, and beautiful woman. Her spirit, she's Polynesian, so you already know, like the island vibe is happening, and she's just an awesome person. We met for a photo shoot. It was the first time we met. Instant vibe. We were just like, girl, like, did we just become best friends? Like, it's just so much fun. But she's like, I don't want to shoot on this side. It's my bad side. And I totally, obviously get it. But at one point, I think it was like the lighting was working better on that side, and I was like, just let me shoot on that side. And she trusted me. And at this point, we've been working already for an hour and a half or something, and she let me shoot a couple shots, and I turned my camera and I showed her, and she just was like, what? Like, she just said, Yoli, that's my bad side. How is this what we're seeing, you know? And it, like, we literally needed a moment, because it is a big deal. It is a big deal. Somebody to just have that realization that it isn't what they think it is all the time. And now she's making YouTube. She's got some awards. She's like on TikTok. I'm like, girl, I need to know what you're doing, because she just could care less.
I love that.
I know, exactly. Like, and I saw that happen in real time. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, oh, sober, and she still has the Bell's palsy on her face. And she's moved on from that. And
That's
oh
inspiring.
my God,
That's really inspiring. I love that.
So it's not just like this vanity thing. It is an empowering thing. Sometimes it is an absolute life-changing thing to see yourself through someone else's eyes. And I feel honored to be those eyes. You know what I mean? I get to come in, and for me, I'm your sister, I'm your mother, I'm your daughter, I'm your best friend. Like, that's what I'm gonna be while I'm there. I don't know if you're okay with me, like, cussing, because I keep telling everybody I'm gonna put it on a shirt, because for me, it's like, just show up, because you can't fuck this up. It is really, and I really genuinely feel that, like, you just have to take the chance for yourself and trust. Find somebody, whether it's me or someone else, but if you're taking pictures, find someone that's gonna view you that way, that has that ability to just get that out of you and connect in that way with you, because it is life changing. It is life changing. Her, for instance, and she's not the only one, but it does mean a lot.
Now, would you say that's one of one of the stories you can connect with the most because of that? Is that one of your favorite shoots? That's what I'm trying to ask.
It is, on that level, yes.
Okay.
I don't even know if I could pick a favorite shoot, honestly, because there's so many factors that go into picking a favorite shoot. There is the fun factor, there is the impact factor, there is, obviously, I enjoy working with people who have more experience sometimes. Like, they just come in and you're like, Jesus, don't mind me, I'm just here to take pictures. And then there's also, what's the other thing? Oh, the willingness to just do whatever. Some people just come in and they're fearless. Like, they are really willing to do anything. We're just gonna have a great time. We're jumping off of here, we're doing this. Like, they really are down for whatever.
Okay.
So some people have everything, and I'm just like, photographer's dream.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take another small break. We're gonna give you some more about Miss Yoli, and then when we come back, we're gonna dive into her favorite dessert. We'll be right back with you.
I don't have digital, I don't have diddly squad. It's not having what you want, it's wanting what you've got. I'm gonna soak up the sun, I'm gonna tell everyone to lighten up. I'm gonna tell them that I've got no one to blame. But every time I feel lame, I'm looking up. Soak up the sun, I'm gonna soak up the sun.
Alright, so we're back with Sweet Talk, and the key word in Sweet Talk is sweet. What I like to do is I like to hear the stories of the guest, and I like to make their favorite desserts. And if I remember correctly, you said you haven't had this particular dessert in 20 years?
Like 20 years.
Alright, and why is that?
Because I have celiac disease and I cannot eat gluten.
So I took that into account, and I made her gluten-free churros. Now, here's the thing. I could not get them to look like actual churros to save my life.
That's fine, that's fine.
I turned them into little churro balls. And I have two dipping sauces here. I have a...
Sorry.
You okay over there?
I'm gonna be okay.
You know, I have a... Say it with me. Dulce?
Dulce.
Dulce?
You had it in our dulce.
Dulce de leche from Argentina. And then I made just like a little sweet cream. They're hot. Let's dig in. And let's talk.
Okay.
Why? I thought you liked pineapple upside down cake. You know?
I do.
Why churros? What, when you bite into a churro, or in this case, a churro ball, or whatever these are called, what about, I like banana pudding. And the reason I like banana pudding is because it reminds me of a time when I used to just chill with my grandma. We'd be in the kitchen, it just reminds me when I was a kid. We'd have fun, we'd laugh. She'd help me, or I'd help her because I wasn't really doing anything, except eating, getting thick.
That's me.
But we just spend time together, right?
Mhm.
And so it takes me back to a place when I was just, well, life was easier, right?
Mhm.
What about a churro? Why churros? What do churros do for you?
Okay, first of all,
Eat the churro. Get in there. 'Cause you
can I
haven't-
go now?
Yeah, you can go now.
Thank you.
'Cause you
'cause
haven't had,
I'm like,
never-
seriously?
you haven't had
Oh,
one
you're
in 20
making me
years.
talk? Oh,
Yeah.
these are very hot.
I told you that.
I know. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I'm going with the cream sauce first because it bomb.
20 years later.
Wait a minute. That is so good. I'm just masticating into this mic.
This is a family show.
Masticating.
Big words.
I'm like, whoa. I masticate. I'm gonna do one more because I'm sorry.
They're all yours.
I know, but I'm gonna try this through to the leche.
Now, why churros?
Because, okay, back to the first of all. Okay. You know how many times I couldn't have a churro?
At least 8.
More.
No, I said at least 8, so that's a factual statement.
Okay, but it doesn't emphasize enough. Every single time we've been to Disneyland, which we had annual passes for years,
Why didn't you tell me that was hot?
every time I've been to Disneyland, everybody else had a churro but me. My mouth is on fire.
Huff, 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 huff.
I'm Mexican. And I can't have a churro? Come on. That's just not fair. That's why I opted for the churro. Because the pineapple upside down cake takes me back to something else, which I feel like, okay, fine, I won't go with that. But churros is just, everywhere I go, there's churros. And I never get to have one. It's been almost 20 years. That's so unfair.
That is unfair.
And everybody's thing is like conchas, or we need to go to have conchas or whatever. It's not always been my thing. This is my thing, because you know I don't like the sugar.
So
yeah.
that's why the churro. It's because you can't have them. It's like the forbidden fruit.
God. Yes. It's tragic. It feels tragic to me.
So you're enjoying yourself right now. Good. While you masticate on television. That's weird.
I'm sure it's sounding masticating. Like a cow
I'm gonna eat half of yours actually.
that I already cut, so you have to burn yourself.
Exactly.
Because I have talons.
Now,
Yes.
while we're eating, we're gonna keep talking.
Mhm.
Now, I have another question for you. Before we get out of here,
Mhm.
talked about your passion, why you love doing it, helping empower other women, making women feel seen and for the beautiful individuals that they are, despite what they think. And I absolutely love that, right? If you had to, why is it still so hot? If you still,
they only eat so
Jesus
much.
Christ, God,
You want me to cut that for you?
no, I'll risk it.
Big balls. In your family show.
Yeah.
Ah, it's so hot. You okay?
No, try not to die over here.
Just give it a sec.
What's one note, something you want to leave the viewers with, if you can tell them something?
Well, this what comes to mind right now is a thought or a concept that someone, I'm gonna say gifted. I'm gonna use the word gifted because I had never crossed my mind until they told me. Photography is, we're taking pictures and capturing a moment, which in itself already is, something special. But this is something I do for other people. I never thought of what it does for me. Yes, it fulfills the creative aspect of it. But the way this woman said it to me, she's like, do you realize that you have thousands of pictures or proof, or that you can look back and see how you've made people feel? Like, how, what? Every time I think of that, it is just like my heart wants to explode. Because I could just go into my Instagram, into my website, into my archives, into the most fun moments in those pictures where people are just glowing and shining in their full radiance and having a moment, and without sounding boastful, because I know as I was there and I know how we got there, and I always giggle when I'm looking at my pictures and I know how we got there, and think that they're smiling at me.
I love that. Now, I'm gonna catch you off guard.
It's my favorite.
The last guest, I think everybody has a life motto. One of the ones I adopted from my mother was, tomorrow's not promised to you, so we have to enjoy today. My personal life motto is, we all have a moral obligation to leave this world better than the way we entered it. What's your motto?
It isn't so much a motto, and I don't know it all by heart, but I'm sure when I say the beginning of it or the gist of it, people will recognize it. But it's a poem, and again, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but basically it says that our biggest issue is that we're afraid to shine to our fullest potential, and that's what stops us. Then we're all meant to shine, and that, I think it might be Maya Angelou, that it might be a poem by her, but that reminder for me is to stop being small, like to stop myself from being my full self, because somebody else might be uncomfortable, or somebody else might think it's whatever. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I get to be me at my full capacity, and I think when I bring that into the space with photography and with my clients, I give them the permission that I try to give myself on a daily basis to expand, to just fill the room with who you are. And I try to live that way, and I feel like every day that goes by, I expand in a way, in the sense that I won't shrink down for anybody else, and I think we all are meant to shine, and it doesn't matter the standard of beauty or whatever. We are all beautiful. We all have beauty. We all carry beauty. We all carry magic inside, and we're meant to shine in whatever that is. Don't play small for anybody.
I love that. So now this is your opportunity. Plug yourself.
Well, my business name is Yoli Photography. Pretty
straightforward.
Straightforward, no mystery there. On pretty much everywhere. On Instagram, on my website is YoliPhotography.com, and go to Facebook as well, Yoli Photography, and you can contact me, ask any and all the questions that you could possibly have, anything holding you back. And again, whether it's with me or you're working with somebody else, by all means, still feel free to ask questions. And
so do yourselves a favor, check out her Instagram. Beautiful pictures, I've seen it. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you don't. She and we are going to get thick and finish off
churros.
These churros that she hasn't had in 20 years, and we will see you next time, so stay tuned. I sincerely appreciate you guys, and more so even you, for chilling with me here today.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure's all mine.
With me, without me. With me, without me.